Hello there, Reddit enthusiasts, and welcome back to Woven Webs. Today we have an update to the I slept with my wife's affair partner's wife post from last week. Affectionate Car 5524 writes in the Off My Chest subreddit that he'd totally forgot about this Reddit account. But here's his update. He says, well, I do have an update like most of you requested. I served her divorce papers on July 6th, and I delayed because I needed to get some things in order. And I served her the divorce papers at her work. When she came home, I had her things packed up and told her to go and stay with her dad. But she did what typical cheaters do. She begged and apologized and then eventually blamed me for her affair. I was prepared for all that. She's stubborn, and she told me she will not leave and she'll fix the marriage. I reminded her that the house belongs to my parents and their name's on the house, and if she doesn't leave, I can call them and have her evicted. Now, in advance, I had already called her sister, and I thought her sister would take my soon-to-be ex-wife away and get her away from me. But it turns out her sister blamed me instead. She says that I'm not a good husband if I'm giving up on my marriage this easily. This is where I digressed and became a little petty and told her this is very hypocritical coming from a woman who left her husband for his cousin. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Anyway, my soon-to-be ex eventually left, but the messages didn't stop. And I didn't block her because I wanted to be able to screenshot things if needed. She said she was sorry, begging me to take her back. Then, when that didn't work, she mocked me and said she had never enjoyed any lovemaking that we did, and she and AP had had sex on every item of furniture in my house. I don't know how much of that's true, but I'll be replacing all my furniture regardless. I wanted to tell her that my lover, the wife of her lover, and I defiled her car, my soon-to-be ex's car, by having sex in it, but I didn't. Now, the last time I spoke to my soon-to-be ex, she apologized, and this time the apology seemed to be sincere. She said she'd gotten carried away, and lately she's been thinking about having kids. Now, to back up, as I mentioned in the previous post, I can't have kids, and she knew that from the start, and she always said she wanted to be child-free, but now she's in her mid-30s, and she's really been wanting to become a mom. And the fact that I cannot give her that angered her, and she's cheated just to cope with it. Told me she was wrong, and I was the best partner and husband anyone could ever have, but she just wanted more. I asked her, why in the hell didn't you say so? We could have adopted or went to a sperm bank. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. So I asked her if she was pregnant, because it kind of looked like she was, and she murmured yes, and I knew that this wasn't my baby, and all hopes for reconciliation were out the window at that moment. I was just wondering, imagine I'd never discovered her affair. She would have passed this pregnancy off as a miracle baby. But anyway, I just congratulated her and said I hope she had a wonderful baby and that I want this divorce ASAP. Now, switching gears, as for AP's wife, she also served her husband, and she's going to take him to the cleaners. She's not backing down at all. I've only talked to her a couple of times recently, and she went on to rant that she'd wasted the best years of her life and youth on this guy. She went on to complain she'd left her modeling career just to be with him and whatnot. Now, regardless, she still looks great. We haven't had any contact for a while. There was one time she drunk texted me with a sleazy picture asking me to come over, but I declined, and she apologized for that later. We're not planning on dating anytime soon, certainly not until the divorces are final. But I do miss her. Also, I got a cat. My soon-to-be ex-wife hated cats, and I like them. Now, my house will be a cat kingdom. And for the comments, Rocks Harbor writes, cats like friends. You should get your cat a friend, and then a third cat. And just in case they need a third friend, actually you should get 4. 4 is a good number. Aggressive Year 4503 writes, Crazy Cat Dude would be a great name for you here on Reddit. LPC Arc 357 writes, while cheating is absolutely never acceptable, there typically is a reason. Now, whether that reason was because she wanted to get pregnant and played off as a miracle baby, or she's just a weak human who was susceptible to her urges and was willing to hurt anyone just to get the pleasure she wanted. Either way, she's irredeemable. All right there, Reddit listeners. It was nice that OP took the time to provide us an update with his situation. I didn't take him for a cat person. But yeah, he should probably have 4 cats. 4 seems to be a magical number for him. And here's the million-dollar question in this mess. When's he going to tell his ex-wife about his affair with her lover's wife? And number 2, what's going to push him over the edge to tell her? Right now, I think he's in a good enough spot with her. He would just let that dog lie, but I doubt it stays that way. What do you all think? Let us know in the comments, and I appreciate you listening.